Seth Lugo's ERA went up to 2.13 after giving up 5 runs last time out a week ago tonight in Cleveland in a loss to the Guardians. But still, when you look at his overall numbers, second in the league in innings pitched, leading the league in wins, and fourth in the league in ERA. Got him looking at a breaking ball. That is his first strikeout and his first 1-2-3 inning. Grisham strikes out, and for Lugo, that's just his second, both with his curveball. That's Lugo's third strikeout.
Just kept it down low. Obviously, Oswald thinking about something else.
Lugo strikes out Torres, so he strikes out 2 in a scoreless top of the 7th. Stretch time at Kauffman Stadium with the Yankees leading 4-0.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another entry into the Royals recap saga. Oh, I'm tired. It's a Monday night. In case y'all are listening for the first time, my name is Jacob Milham. I am one half of the Royals Rundown podcast. If you enjoy this show, you enjoy the work that we do, please make sure to subscribe, follow, rate, review, whatever it is that you can do on your respective platform. No matter what you do, it really helps the podcast grow. It helps us know that we are doing something right here. And all in all, just know that y'all are having fun with the content that we put out. So let's go ahead and talk about the June 10th loss against the New York Yankees. The Kansas City Royals opening up a 4-game set with a loss, unfortunately, to the visiting Bronx Bombers, falling 4-2. They made it interesting in the end of the game, scoring 1 run in the 7th and the 8th innings, respectfully. But unfortunately, they could not come up with some late inning heroics in the bottom of the 9th to get things going. All in all, they have lost back-to-back games in 9 of their last 14 games since May 26th. It's more the karma of baseball. Like before May 26th, like that was when they had a season best 8-game win streak, and now they are 5-9 in their last 14 games. It happens. I'm not fretting. Just the Yankees historically have the Royals number, and the Yankees are really freaking good this year. In the last 10 seasons, the Royals have only beaten the Yankees. This is crazy. This is crazy to see. They're 15-39 against New York in 54 games since 2015. That is absurd to me. All right, and let's provide a little bit more context to this. They're still well above 500. They're still 11 games above 500. It was not a perfect game. It was an ugly game at points. There's a lot that we have to go through. Let's go ahead and start off with Seth Lugo. So unfortunately, he suffered his first loss since April 21st versus the Baltimore Orioles, snapping a stretch of 8 starts, over which he had a career-high tying 6-game winning streak. It was an early hole for the veteran. He fell into an early 2-0 hole after allowing 3 straight 1-out singles and a sac bunt in the first inning. The Yankees just got on him early and often. All of the Yankees scoring was in the first inning and the 4th inning. That's it. Okay, this wasn't a sustained stretch of scoring. They didn't get to the Royals bullpen at all. This was all Lugo, unfortunately. He did pitch 6 innings in total. It wasn't a quality start. That is fine. He still came in, gave the innings that manager Matt Quatraro needed to get to the bullpen, such as Dan Altavilla making his Royals debut, had an easy 1-2-3 8th inning. He struck out Alex Verdugo and DJ LeMahieu. And this was also his first appearance in a major league game since 2021 with San Diego. All right, he had a very, very good return back to Major League Baseball. So congratulations to Dan there, who was promoted earlier on Monday. After him, Sam Long came in and did what he needed to do, pitched a 1 hit, top of the ninth inning and didn't allow any runs there. It wasn't a bad pitching game at all from the Royals. Go out there, Seth Lugo, he's still 9-2. His ERA is still sitting at 2.36. Like this is a guy that you see him on the projected starters. You see him as a starter for that day, and you feel comfortable seeing him go out there. He's had a couple of rocky starts, though. So I do want to take some time and look at those rocky starts, see what's going on. Maybe is this an Arsenal thing? Does he have a tell? I don't know. But it is a long season. We're going to have, 2 rough games. It happens. So let's go ahead and look at the lineup, though, which really had some troubles today. Mustered only 7 hits, only 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts in total. Michael Garcia, another hitless game from him. Bobby Witt Jr. did have a hit and an RBI today. Salvador Perez batting third with Vinny Pasquantino out of the starting lineup. Salvi did have 1 hit today with 1 strikeout, and also went from second base to home to score the first run for the Royals tonight. So Salvi ain't known for his speed, but he got it done. So good on the team captain. And then Nelson Velasquez, he also had a hit. Nick Lofton, he had 2. Freddie Fermin had 1. And something that we probably taken for granted against the Seattle Mariners, or that we took for granted against the Seattle Mariners, is how well the bottom half of this Royals lineup was producing. Okay, the 5 through 9 guys were doing great things against Seattle, really just keeping the line moving, keeping the scoring efforts going, and that just wasn't the case tonight. There was a lot of flux going on in those spots. Hunter Renfroe, unfortunately, he exited the game early with a left toe fracture. He fouled 2 pitches off of that left foot in a long 12-pitch at-bat against Carlos Rondon. It's unfortunate to see that. You got to keep an eye on social media, see what the Royals do. You can go follow Royals Review on X. You can follow them on Facebook. You can follow us on X at Royal Rundown Pod. We will be keeping a close eye to see, does Renfroe end up on the IL? Is it a 10-day? Is it a 15-day stint? How serious is this fracture? And how does that affect the Kansas City Royals? His injury might put him out until after the All-Star break. Who knows? It depends on the severity. And I'm sorry, but fouling 2 pitches off your left foot, that has to hurt. That has to freaking hurt. And doing it twice in 1 plate appearance, I don't envy him. Dairon Blanco, he had a run scored himself. He had a hit himself, so good on him. Garrett Hampson got the start in center field tonight. He was hitless. So kind of a quiet day from the bats. Not a terrible day. Just the Yankees kept Kansas City very, very quiet at the plate. They didn't have their first hit until later on in the game after the Yankees had already started the scoring. It was starting to be an onslaught. And this was... this is one of those games I can't be too frustrated about. It's still a Royals loss. But the Yankees are just that good this year. They're 47-21 now for a reason. Okay, they are the odds-on pennant favorites for a reason. Even without Aaron Judge in the lineup, this lineup can get it done. And we were all looking at Carlos Rondon's last start in Kauffman and saying, hey, maybe he can do it again. Maybe it happens again. And yeah, the opposite. Okay, karma has a way of affecting even baseball. So hopefully the Royals go tomorrow, Tuesday night, 7:10 Kauffman Standard Time. Brady Singer will be taking the mound opposite Marcus Stroman. Another quality pitching matchup. So we shall see if the Royals can even things up against the Yankees in Kauffman Stadium. Coming up on the other side of the ad break, we will hear from manager Matt Quatraro following tonight's loss. Plus, we will hear from Seth Lugo following his second loss on the season. Stay tuned.
That's it so far. I mean, broken toe, or he's in pain. He's in there. He's got it in the cold tub, trying to take away some of the pain. But that's all we know right now. He's going to be seen again after the game, or now, and figure out what we need to do.
He was obviously pretty, a lot of pain right after it, but was he trying to get it loose going back out to the field?
Yeah, I mean, he went down in the cage and tried to move around a little, but he got it twice in a row. And, when he was out there and he came back in, then they got to take his shoe off and check it out, and he said he couldn't keep going.
If it was the first one or second.
He says he thinks it was the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your impressions of Seth Lugo against that Yankees lineup?
Yeah, I mean, he just got in trouble. Just couldn't get off get the swing and miss that he wanted with his breaking ball early. It got sharper as he went, but you give him credit for putting the ball in play, and they Trevino beat us pretty good today.
Bunting and all kinds of stuff. Maybe not what a lot of people would expect from a lineup where they hit a lot of home runs, but looks like they can kind of do it all ways.
Yeah, they're athletic. They're balanced. They have guys that righties and lefties. They got athletes. They got power. It's a good team.
Rodon was going to be challenging. What stands out about the plate appearances, I guess, from your guys?
Well, we made a lot of contact. We were battling him. We were, fouling some pitches off. The Renfroe at bat. There's several of them, but just couldn't get him on the barrel. We popped up or flew out. Didn't drive. Hampson had a couple balls that he hit pretty well, but we just couldn't seem to square him up. And that's mid to upper 90s with carry, and he runs it in. And he's got the slider and the curveball, and so it's not surprising. He's really good, but I thought we battled him, but just couldn't square him up.
Do you think Benny had a chance there?
Did I think what?
Did you think Benny's had a chance there?
Oh, I knew right away. He didn't. He knew it right away too.
Sometimes as Dan has been out there, how do you feel like he did?
Oh, his stuff was really good. he came right at him, challenged him, got some bad swings. That was impressive.
Who are you looking forward to talking with the umpires with? And I think it was the fifth at Lofton's at bat.
He balked. Rodon balked, and they didn't call it. So
I think again in the sixth you were saying something.
Yeah, I didn't think Blanco went on the bunt, the check, whatever, the check swing bunt, whatever you want to call it. I didn't think he went.
With Lugo to get through seven after a long first inning and how does that help set you up moving forward?
Yeah, tremendously. Because like we talk about, if he doesn't get through 4 or 5 innings or whatever, the bullpen's a lot more taxed going into the next 6 days.
I thought I threw the ball well. Knew the state of our pen, so going through 7 innings was pretty good. Just gave a bunch of singles. Felt like early in the game I was getting squeezed a little bit, but still made some good pitches, so I was happy with that. And just try to build off that and move forward.
What's the balance? It didn't do any damage after you did all the singles, but still just being able to string some together. What do you take away, I guess, from those 2 innings there?
Well, it's a good lineup. We all knew that coming in, that it's a good team and they're hot. I think it's a matter of game plan, just to try to mix it up just a little bit better. But overall, I thought I threw the ball well, and I'll tip my hat to some good approaches over there.
Like there was a couple maybe low ones you couldn't get early, squeezing that way a little bit. When you're in the middle of that, how do you just put that out and just try to go about what your game plan was to start with?
Well, it's frustrating, I'm not going to lie. But as I walked out there for the second, I could tell I was still a little hot from it. And, the few extra seconds I get in between innings after I'm finished warming up, I really tried to clear my head and just keep making those pitches, hoping I get the call.
All right, y'all, let's get out of here in a little bit after we get to your Spotify Q&A responses. So if this is the first time listening to us, you want to engage with us, I get it. X DMs are funky now with the whole premium subscription shit and stuff like that. I hate it. Trust me. It's unfortunately, it is just the social media platform that I actually invested building a following in, even if it be a small following. So the best way that you can reach us, make your voice known regarding the podcast, is over on Spotify Q&As, where you can respond to our polls and our questions and answers. So let's go back to the June 7th Royals recap. I know it's been a while. Saturday night's episode didn't post, unfortunately, and then Jeremy and I had our full-length episode that went out Sunday, so please go check that out, where we talk about the Mariners series and some overarching trends that you need to know as a Royals fan. So going back to June 7th, we have Billy Christensen saying, had a concert to attend and had to miss the game. I checked in on my phone like the diehard fan that I am. Got to watch the 9th inning during the ride home. The ride home was better than the show. Yeah, Billy, there were so many banner highlight games, just highlight moments during that Mariners series. Made my heart happy as a Royals fan. Baba Booey said, I'm gonna bust. Well, you ain't alone. J. Rod Schwartz said, oh my Lord. Luke 57 says, let's go. The boys are playing some ball. Ain't ever gonna go quietly. And that's the value in having those comeback wins. Is I saw the Royals down 4-0 against, record-wise, the best team in the league. And they're down by 4 runs. Like, you know what? I still can't count them out. Because what did they do just a few days ago? All right, the boys in blue will never die. They are still playing some ball, even if they ain't always winning. And then Christopher Palmer said, oh my, what a comeback. This team just doesn't give up ever. There's a lot of fight in this team. I love this team. They're playing with heart and passion. Could not disagree there. Then Christopher closed it out saying, leadoff walk, late innings, close game is a recipe for disaster. We owe MJ Melendez an apology. And we do. I spoke on that a little bit with Jeremy. The apology might not be as, I wouldn't say heartfelt, might not need to be as groveling in nature as some of the folks out there might think. So tune into the episode if you want to get the full lowdown on MJ Melendez and why he did have some late inning heroics, but we shouldn't be singing MJ's praises quite yet. All right, it's a Monday night. I need to go get some sleep. Got a long work week ahead. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight's Royals recap. I hope you follow and subscribe to us so you never miss an episode. You can reach out to me via email. My email is in the podcast description below. Or if you want to just reach out to anyone associated with the podcast, the social media links are down in the podcast description below. We will be having some guests on the full-length episodes coming up, so please stay tuned for that. See what we got cooking for y'all. Once again, my name is Jacob Milham. Thank you so much for joining me this Monday night, and until next time, go Royals!